Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Mezco Toys action figure review on the Mezco Toys 112 Collective Dick Tracy and Flattop 2-pack. I'm so excited to have this set right over here. I loved the Dick Tracy movie from way back in the day, from 1990 is when that movie came out, shortly after the Batman movie, and I love the Rogues Gallery from Dick Tracy, and I don't know what it is, but I'm just fascinated with the character. I did actually read some of the old school Gould comics, and it's quite a fun read, man, especially from those 1950 comics. Anyway, highly recommend you guys at least watch the Dick Tracy movie if you haven't already. And I really like the packaging right over here. There you can see Dick Tracy right there. Then there's Dick Tracy and Flattop on this side. And then there's both characters again on that side. Then you can see Flattop on the back. I love that you get these comic panels throughout right over here on the front and on the back of the packaging as well. Nice image right over here on the very top. And you can see Flattop right there on the very bottom. All right, let's get to it and crack this thing open. If you're trying to get your Mezco toys, you can do so at
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here are the two figures out of the packaging, and I am so happy to have these. These did sell out at BBTS. They just bumped right back into stock, so hopefully if you're able to catch them, I recommend it, man. These I've been having a lot of fun with, and there are a lot of accessories to look at. Really good accessories, too. A lot of display options going on over here. It just makes me really happy. I just rewatched the movie, too, so, man, I am pumped for this set. Let's get a closer look at the accessories, and then we'll get a closer look at the figures. So here's all of the accessories. Yeah, I literally have all the accessories in the bags over there, and you can see that we have the stands, which I do not need for this figure set. I don't blame anybody for wanting to put the figures on the stands, but for these particular characters, it's just not necessary. But I do love how the base looks right over here. It just looks sick. I think I'm going to have them displayed with these, just because I really like how they look. I just love the designs of these characters, man. It's so cool to see with the artwork and everything. It just looks great. And then, yeah, you get your Mezco bags over here, so we'll dump these out in just a moment. And then of course you have the iconic yellow trench coat, and you can see he's got 6 buttons right over there, and this belt that has the bendy wire in it, so you could wrap it around the figure and tie it, and it's very fun to pose around. You have a bendy wire at the bottom of this right here, so this could bend around to your liking, and it's just really fun to pop the collar and have him pose with this. I love this thing. Most of the time I have him posed with this trench coat. And aside from the different head sculpts, here's all the other Dick Tracy accessories, and I tried to organize all the accessories based off of how I saw them in the tray, but it looks like they're kind of mixed up a little bit, so I think some of these might be flat top accessories. And then you have all these different effects parts right here, which we've seen with many other figures from Mezco Toys. I also wanted to mention that the hands are kind of interesting. You have only 1, 2, 3, 4 set of even hands. You have 2 different gun holding hands right over here, and then you have this wide open hand, and then you have a pointing finger, and then you have a slapping hand right over there. But to get a quick look at these effects parts, I really do like them, except for one of them came pretty bent. I did not do that. It came that way. This one's for the shotgun. I really like this one right over here too, which I've seen before with the Punisher. Same thing with this right here. We've seen this before. And the hands mostly look really good. I just have one gun holding hand that has a little bit of a black stain right there in between the pinky and the ring finger right over there. And they're different sizes because he has 2 different sized guns. So he has this really small one right over here, and then you have this revolver, which is my favorite one. I just really like revolvers for some reason. I think it's the simplicity, the design of them. Just think they look badass. I like them. And this spins right over here too, so that's pretty badass. He does come with his badge, which looks really good. And he does have that badge holding hand on each side, so you can have him go ahead and grip this right here, which is pretty nifty to do, or you can see it better in this picture. And then he has a set of handcuffs, if I could say it properly. No real chain right over there. And then you have a cup of coffee. And you also get this club piece, which I thought was something that the Kappas used back in the day, right? Isn't this a Kappa's weapon? But the promo images shows Flattop holding this. I like the detail with the little silver buttons right there. You get a flashlight, which doesn't actually turn on, but it looks really good. I like the paint detail with it. And then you can see we have this machine gun looking really awesome. Then you could remove the ammo and replace it with this one right here, which I haven't done yet. So, it slides sideways. There you go. So it's a Tommy gun without the drum. Got it. And then you could switch the ammo if you want. So that's pretty cool. This slides forward and back, and they all have the little nozzle at the end for the accessories. And then you have the iconic watch radio right here, which is really cool. Even back in the early 90s, watching this movie and seeing that was like, whoa, that's like some nifty, crazy technology. Now we have Apple Watches. And then you have this little effect right here that you can clip onto the wrist. So I like having that. Then he comes with this blazer, which looks pretty cool. I'm not going to have him displayed with this on, but it was fun taking pictures of him with it, and I really like it. Very nice fabric over here. And it does have bendy wire at the bottom of it as well, so you could pose it around. So we get 3 heads with Dick Tracy, and we get 4 heads with Flattop, and I really like what they did here. They give us some directions showing how you're supposed to replace the hair with the hat, which I think is really nifty. And hey, look how handsome Dick Tracy looks right over there, huh? Cop detective guy. Yeah, I like it. Looks good, and I like the little details with the paint throughout, making his face look very realistic. So I think that is very, very cool. And he's got a little bit more of the buzz cut right here on the back. And then you could go ahead and pop this off right here and then take his hat and put it on like so. And that looks dope. You get 2 other head options right there. You have this screaming Dick Tracy. And again, with the hair, you can see it ports on to all of these. So you can just swap that out and it looks really good. I like that. And then you also get this smiling Dick Tracy, which is really nifty. And I like having the hat on this one a lot because you can just see that smile, because that smile just stands out a little bit more with his eyes being covered like this. I don't know. I think it looks really good. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and keep this one on his body right here. And then looking at the rest of the figure, it's a very nice looking vest. Great looking tie, and the dress shirt looks really good. You can see I put the watch on right over there. Wouldn't feel right. He's got really big hands. Like, that's his thing, man, is he could punch really, really hard. His pants are sagging just a little bit, and I have this little issue right here with the stitching coming off of the belt. So that is a little frustrating. Luckily, it's on the back of the figure, and you can see that there was some stitching and glue right over there that came apart on me. So that is a little bit of a bummer. Be careful with that. But luckily it's on the back of the figure, but still sucks that it happened. Nice stitching and everything, and I think the fabric and the soft goods look really great on this figure. I really like how snazzy everything looks. Nice looking shoes right over here as well, and you can see the socks sculpted right there. And he has peg holes at the bottom of the feet. And then here's looking at the flat top accessories. He has his Tommy gun inside this guitar case right here, which I'll show off in a minute, but he comes with a set of fist hands. He has a smaller gripping hand, and then an even set of wider gripping hands right here, and then 2 gun holding hands, and then this relaxed hand, and then this other gun holding hand right here with the trigger finger sticking out, and then he has this hand right here with 2 fingers. It's really more of like a support hand right here. And then you can see he's got a nice looking crowbar, and he has this bomb right over here with the timer attached to it, which is really cool. I really like the dynamite right here. It's dynamite more than a bomb. And then you get the shotgun, which I actually think is meant for Dick Tracy, but I put these all together in how they were assorted in the tray. So this is pretty dope. I like that. And then you have an extra drum for ammo. Ooh, I got a new email. And you get some more ammo right over here for his pistol. The gunmetal gray on this looks awesome. It moves forward and back right there. I really dig that. And you can take the ammo out like that too. You can see the tiny little bullet on the top, which is just freaking amazing. I love how Mezco does that. You have the switchblade right here, so you can tuck that in. Or is it technically a switchblade if it doesn't have the spring? I don't know. But anyway, you could pull this out, and that looks badass as well. And I love what they did here with this guitar case. Oh, this is so dope. You get these 2 little pieces right here, and you can flip this open. And oh, this didn't stay in place. But yeah, you could put this whole Tommy gun together, and I think that's just really cool. Looks dope. And you can see this nice paint right here in the wood grain. I really like that. And the butt of this right over here looks really good too. The wood for this looks really good as well. Then here's the ammo and the drum. And then you have the machine gun right over here. There it goes. And yeah, this whole accessory right here is badass. And it's kind of fun to put it all together too, you know? I don't know. It's the Transformers fan in me that enjoys this. It looks cool. And then you can go ahead and slide this in right here. Yeah, and then that looks badass. I really like that. And that's perfect for flat top, man. Then he has his trench, or not, well, it's a trench coat. It's a winter coat. You get the big old fluffy collar right over here, looking really good. And he looks pretty sweet with this. I don't know if I'm 100% settled on him wearing this all the time on the shelf, but I do like it, and it has a nice bendy wire right here at the bottom of it. But I don't know. I think I may leave him in his regular suit, but I really do like this coat as well. And here's looking at the flat top right there, and this looks great. I really love how this came out. I love how the paint looks on it. The sculpt of it is just perfect. It looks just like flat top from the comics that I was looking at. I like reading through those a little bit too, because he's got a very stiff composure to him. He kind of stands really upright, and I really like the head sculpt. Hair looks really good throughout. There's the top of the flat top right there, which is not really technically a flat top haircut. But anyway, he does come with 3 other heads. So he has another head where he's looking off to his left, and then you have another head where he's smiling. He's got a smirk with an eyebrow raised right there. I love the little freckles and everything. We see that in the movie too, which is great. And then you have this beat up angry version where he clearly got punched in the face right here from Dick Tracy. His hair is just a little bit messed up and he's a little bit mad. When you pop the heads, I got a little bit of a scuffage right over here, so just be wary of that, I guess. Didn't really bother me too much. You can see some of that flesh color pink kind of dripping into, or it carries over into the neck right there, which looks really good. I love the bow tie, and the soft goods for this look awesome. Again, very clean, nifty looking figures. Dress shirt over here looks nice. And he's got a nice looking belt right there. And I don't know, the purple on him just looks really cool to me. Nice color to have for a villain. And yeah, man, there's not a whole lot to say about the soft goods. I just like the way they look. They do have bendy wires at the bottom of their blazers, right? So you can pose that around as you wish. So that's good to have as well. And yeah, you can see that we got the cuffs right over here. And he has some nice looking loafers. Not really shiny, very matte. And you can see that he's got some fancy socks right underneath there, and he does have peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So when we look at these figures a little further back, Dick Tracy's proportions do look a little bit weird. His arms look a little extra long, his waist looks a little bit extra low. It does look a little bit more proportionate right over here with the flat top, but again, this guy is supposed to have this jacket on. I mean, you could change it however you want, but I'm going to have him with this on the shelf, and it just looks a lot better with it. I'm going to use this figure to demonstrate the articulation. I have just one other suited figure. We have the Gold Gomez right over here, which I've had for a long time. I feel like the articulation is similar to this, and I think the articulation between these two is the same as well. I don't keep track of the changes that they make with the bucks, but you can see that the head will look up very far. You can get him, the neck and the head to look down that much. Turn side to side. Good pivoting right here. And then you have butterfly joints that shift forward and back a little bit, shifts up and down a little bit, and get the shoulder outward that much. And in, rotates forward, back. There is a bicep swivel in there. Double jointed elbows, and the wrists are on a ball hinge system where you could turn it side to side or up and down depending on how you have it configured, and you could rotate the wrists. And then you get some crunching right here with the diaphragm joint and some diaphragm pivoting right here. You could also twist at the diaphragm, so he'll crunch forward with both the waist and the diaphragm cut just that much, and with both joints he'll move back that much, and you get the same articulation at the waist down here as well. So you can see that pivoting and turning side to side. The hips, man, I feel like I gotta raise his pants up a little bit more. His pants are sagging, so you can get his legs moving outward just that far, and he'll kick forward that much and back a bit, upper thigh cut. Then you have double jointed knees. Then the ankles rotate side to side, and you can get them moving down a little bit, up only a tiny bit, and he has some pretty good ankle pivot. I feel like that foot articulation is the same for flat top. Yeah, turns side to side, pivots, moves down a little bit more so and up more so with the flat top figure. But yeah, the articulation is pretty much the same on this guy. Diaphragm and waist joints work the same way. And you can see I got the trench coat right there on Dick Tracy. I recommend washing your hands before you play with this trench coat. All right, just make sure you don't have dirty hands. You don't want to spread your oils and stuff on there. But to measure these figures out, you can see that flat top is at 6.5 inches tall, and Dick Tracy is just a little bit taller with the hat on right there. And tying this right over here, I try to be careful because it does have a bendy wire in it, but at the same time, don't be too scared of it. You can make yourself a little bow right there just to keep things in place. And I don't have too many comparisons for you guys, but here's my only other suited Mezco figure. We have the Gold Gomez. Oh, and I do have Prune Face and the Blank, but I'm going to show those off when I actually review those two figures together in one video later on. Then here's Dick Tracy and Flattop. Next is some suited Marvel Legends figures. We have Young Nick Fury. We have Hammerhead right here, which is a blatant ripoff of Flattop, right? Except he's got actual steel over his skull. And then we have the Chameleon figure and the Tombstone figure. And I always love mobster villains. We got a bunch of mobster villains in Spider-Man comics and in Batman comics, and those are my two favorite superheroes. Oh, by the way, this is a different Tommy gun. This came in a Mezco accessory pack. I think I put this on backwards right here, but yeah, it's different from the one that came with Flattop and Dick Tracy. And then here's Dick Tracy and Flattop next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Whoa, wait, is your name really Dick Tracy? Like Dick? Like the penis? Ah! And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to show some love by simply clicking that like button. And if you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. Remember, I'm going to review the Prune Face and the Blank figures together later on, so stay tuned for that. Maybe next week. I have some Marvel Legends to get to and all kinds of other stuff. So yeah, make sure you follow what's going on with the channel. And this is such a fun figure set to have. I'm happy to see them back in stock over at BBTS. So if you missed out on them before and they'd sold out, well, they got a new batch in, I guess. So if you want them, grab them. This is the price of Mezco's, about $100 a figure. So the 2-pack set is $195, and I think it's a fair price. I'm very happy with the price of the figures. It's what you'd expect to pay, and it delivers. They both deliver. I'm very, very happy with them. I guess my only real nitpicks, there's a little bit of paint on the black part of the hat that looks a little incomplete. Maybe some scuffage here and there. Did have the battle damage with the back of the belt, so there are little things, just little things here and there. But dude, I am very happy with this set. What can I tell you? I really enjoy these figures. Rewatching the movie again makes me have even more fun with them. So what can I say? I wanted this, and Mezco delivered on what they advertised, and at the price point of $200, I'm gonna give them a sud rating of. And I'd like to know what you guys think. You know, is this something that you're interested in? Is it a pass for you? I want to know. I read the comments. If you want to follow me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and on whatnot. And I will catch you guys later. Peace.
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't. Your face.